Welcome to Dem Boys. This is Super with the one and the only dcbake, Mr. Steal Your Mom 2.0.
That's it. I also like to shoot guns on the weekends.
Where
That's a
at?
that's a favorite
Where at?
pastime of mine. I can't disclose that information because I'm scared that I
Boom!
might get in
Pop!
trouble.
Rap! Pow! 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 And
That's
there goes
that's
take.
exactly the noise that it made,
2
guys.
plus 2. It's 4.
If you notice an audio increase in DC Bakelicious mic, that is because DC Bakelicious got his shit together
Got his
and
fucking
got a
shit
better
together.
mic and got
Yeah,
a
boy.
better audio mixer and shit. So
Yeah,
now the audio
boy.
quality is dope as ever. You might hear some background noises, but fuck it. I also got a
But fuck
fucking
it.
camera, so that camera's
Yeah,
gonna be
he
dope as fuck too.
did. For those of you listening on Podbean, you can check out the YouTube video where we're playing some dope ass RuneScape. For those of you watching on YouTube, you can check us out on the go at podbean.com. It's actually the official demboys.podbean.com. Links is in the description. So if you want to hear us on the go, you can. DC Bake is actually about to make a RuneScape account and hop on with me.
Dude, I would, but all the damn clicking in the background's gonna suck.
That's-
But for real though, dude, I want to make a RuneScape account because I've been watching these YouTubers and their videos lately and stuff. So that's
Oh,
really
boy.
fascinating. I do want to actually do that.
It's fun. I enjoy it. It's a chill little thing. Ain't nothing but a thing.
Yeah.
Can make some dope music videos with it.
Yeah, I was thinking if you had a long enough setup, you could fucking like hook up, use this as your microphone for talking on PlayStation and shit.
Well, yeah, that's the whole plan for when I move downstairs. But that's not what we're here to talk about, son.
Oh, well, what are we here to talk about then?
We're here to talk about why the mic goes boom boom ska. No, I'm just kidding. I actually wanted to talk about something that I noticed recently, and it's bugging the shit out of me. Why is it that certain jobs have such low standards? And I know you're gonna be like, well, because people don't know how to work, or because of the area, or whatever, and that's fair. But let's talk about my job, Walmart, for a second. Listen, so I told you, DC Bake, how I'm putting in less effort, right? Like 50% or less, just so I don't get recognized. They don't expect more, like all this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is how low the expectations of this company are. I've been literally putting as little effort as possible. Still, obviously, doing my job, taking care of the customer, all of that, but not like going above and beyond in my point of view. Just, doing my job. And I've already gotten recognized at my job. One of my assistant managers went out of his way to warn me about something, just in case the store manager saw it and talked to me, because I guess the store managers talked to people in the past, just, give them a heads up or whatever. And a lot of people have quit after the store manager, Bill, talked to them. I guess he's just, like, super abrasive. I don't know. And apparently they value me so much. So, yeah, for, like, the past week and a half, I've been there, and apparently I've made such an impression on these people that they feel the need to try and make sure I don't get upset and quit because they value me. And that's what's scary. Their expectations are so low that when I put in 50% or less, I'm considered a god. I'm considered, oh my god, we can't lose this guy. That is disgusting to
What
me.
are you doing?
Yeah?
What are you actually doing at work?
Yo,
Like,
my job
putting
is
you
stupid
above?
simple. My job is literally take item from back room in location A, bring it to shelf location B. Now, I mean, that's a vast oversimplification of my job, but that's basically what it is. I stock the shelves. I am the cart bitch. I put things from A to B. That is all I do. And for someone to sit here and say, well, that's a hard job, I'm going to tell you, I wake up with dicks harder than that job every morning, and that's just how that's going to be. And there's nothing that we can do to change my mind on that.
No.
But it's
Well-
like, what? Well,
Like, that shit is definitely, like, yesterday, I went in for 2 hours to work. I worked at Harris Teeter, Starbucks, motherfuckers represent. But I also fucking, like, there was this door that was squeaking. and I
Mm-hmm.
put some WD-40 on that bitch, so now it doesn't squeak anymore.
And they're all like, "Oh my god, we gotta suck Chandler's dick."
They didn't, but like I was just like, dude, this is so annoying. Like, why has no one thought to do that? I don't understand. Like, dude, like who wants to hear? I was like, dude, that's an abrasive noise, like when you open up the back door. I'm like, dude, like let's get some. I even went home to get my own WD-40, but apparently they had some.
That's funny.
So it's fucking retarded.
They're just like, it's a really comforting noise. Like every 5 seconds whenever they open the door.
Eh.
Yo.
Yeah, dude. I always love it when people ask me questions, but I fucking have a Starbucks uniform on, so it's like, I don't know if I can answer your question. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I'm thinking about streaming in my Starbucks uniform. Like, I'm just gonna, like, stream in it and just be the barista.
And then just get automatically fired for no reason.
You know what I could do?
What?
Oh, I just thought about this. I could make coffee.
On a live stream?
Yeah, dude.
You should make my
That
coffee.
would be dope. That would
I love
be really
coffee.
cool. Think
What?
about how awesome that would be. Is like DC Bakelicious makes coffee. You know what I was thinking? Look, I got a couple podcasts I want to call out because basically we're going to start doing this thing on this podcast slash show where we fucking like call out like podcasts that we like, and eventually
Yeah.
we're going to get more and more indie. Well, at least I'm definitely going to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and like we'll leave a link in the description below to at least a couple of these podcasts,
Yeah,
or
we
you can
will.
just look them up. All right, first one is called Bill Burr's Monday Morning Podcast.
Yes,
Bill
pretty dope.
Burr is a favorite comedian of mine. That shit is dope as fuck. These are all well-known podcasts, right? Second one, Your Mom's House with Tom Segura and Christina Pazinski. That
Christina
shit's
Aguilera.
hilarious. Yeah, dude, comedians are so good. Like, I love that shit. Third one, What the Fuck, WTF with Mark Maron. Another comedian. Great interviewer. He does a lot of interviews, which is what I'm going to try to pivot to. Eventually, I got like several interviews lined up. And my second one, like my fourth one is like the Joe Rogan Experience. Like, it's not really like a favorite, but they got good, like, thought-provoking shit, interesting interviews. Now my fifth and probably like one of my favorites is the Church of What's Happening Now, which is hosted by Joey Diaz. He was in The Longest Yard. That shit is fire. He's funny as shit. Him with Lee Syed. And one I like to check out occasionally is the H3 podcast from H3 Productions
Okay.
on YouTube. And one I'm checking out too is also the What's Up Fool podcast with Felipe Esbazara. That's good too. And my like seventh one is How Did This Get Made with Paul Scheer and the dudes from the league. A couple of them. It's pretty decent. But like those are my favorite ones. My favorite one has to be Bill Burr. Definitely. I love Bill Burr. Like he's probably my favorite comedian.
He says
So-
some funny shit.
Those are DC Bake's podcasts for the week.
There you
Come
go.
back next week or whenever the fuck we upload another episode for more ones. I'm gonna do indie ones and shit too.
Indie, bro. You're not hipster unless you know some indies, bro.
I must not be. But yo, dude, that's dope. I'm gonna keep doing that, dude. I'm
That's a
gonna
good
just
ass.
keep finding good podcasts because like like you want a good podcast, but you never know if you can actually find one.
I hear you.
You don't want to have to look through the shit.
Smash that like button if you banged your favorite girl in high school, or if you like the list the DC Bake just gave out. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Nah, but let us know in below. Like, if you guys like find any of those that you like and you think that they're entertaining, let us know in the comments below. Be a part of the discussion. That's why we here.
Exactly. Well, see, a
Yeah.
lot of people don't comment, to be honest.
They don't.
But since our quality is so on point now, like there's
Zero
no reason why they
excuses.
shouldn't.
Zero excuses.
Binging with Babdish, the guy that does like YouTube food videos and shit. He does like videos of people like movie food and shit. Like he recreates the recipes. He's got
Hmm.
his own podcast coming out and shit. So I'm gonna check that out, see how it is. So he's doing really well for himself. Like that's what I love about like this small entertainment world is that like he came up with something a year and a half ago, and like he's now launching into all these crazy things, but it's something that like if you were stoned and you had told somebody you were gonna do it, like people would have thought it was a pipe dream. It's like, oh yeah, hey, guess what? I'm gonna fucking, go ahead and make videos of me making food from TV shows. Like that doesn't seem like something we'd want to watch, but
Right.
it's really popular. So and YouTube gets like half of it. So go
Right.
figure. But
Fucking YouTube.
yeah, I'm kind of glad I'm working to be honest every day. Like you can't beat working when you just ain't got nothing else to do. It's all at least it's something to do. But it is also nice to take like a break and
What you meant, I think
just
what you
chill.
meant to say was like you can't not be working, or you have to be working when you don't have anything else to do, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
just
yeah.
making sure. Just making sure.
It's preferable that way. I was also thinking like I need to watch a good movie. I want to watch.
Yo, what do you want to watch though?
I want to watch something good. Like that's what I'm gonna do on my um live stream. I just like watch movies and shit, watch TV, and I don't want to get in trouble, so I'll just like tell people what I'm watching, and they can watch it with me, so we can have like a group watching TV. Dude, that would be dope. All these amazing ideas. I'm copywriting all this shit, so nobody can steal my shit.
Too bad you can't copyright my dick.
Uh,
Hey!
Good
Oh
God,
God, and insert air horn here, my dude.
I believe it.
Nah,
You know what's
but
funny?
that honestly that sounds like fun. Although I feel like there's a way to get around copyrights as long as you're not like streaming on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. You could probably get away with it for a while, you know.
For a while, for a while.
I mean, if
For,
you own it and everybody who's watching it owns it, I guess like whatever.
yeah, yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Have them sign waivers that say that they own it digitally before they log in. Some shit.
Just be like, oh, 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 oh. Dude, so what did you do this week?
This
Did you have
week,
anything big that you did? Yeah.
hells yeah, I dropped a freestyle a day for you guys.
Oh, guys, check out
Yeah.
Super's freestyles because they might be the best thing ever.
They're not he says they might be the best thing ever. They're decent. I wouldn't say they're amazing. They're definitely they're unique. I feel like I'm unique, and I feel like in a world where there's a lot of the same, I feel like it's nice to have something unique. Just don't compare me to Eminem or your stereotypical white boy rapper, because I might smack you with my dick. Won't end
Uh,
won't end well for you.
That's fucked up that you even mentioned that. That's fucked up.
Yeah, somebody
You know
tried
what?
saying that to me, and I'm like, ha, you're retarded. Can I say
You know what?
that? Can I say
I,
retarded?
I think so.
Okay.
You know what I was thinking about?
What?
Like, we have to talk about what happened in Las Vegas.
We do. We have to
We
acknowledge
have to,
this.
because that is fucking huge. We're also a news show. Who knows that? Who knew? Who knew? Dude, that shit was. You know what he was doing? I literally just came from my friends. Like, I mailed off a couple pairs of shoes, because they were the wrong size. But I hung out with my friends at their store. Hashtag Fast Phone Repair, Greenwood, North Carolina. And sure enough, we were talking about it, and this motherfucker had something on his gun that was modifying it from a semi-automatic to fully automatic.
I believe it.
And he was just firing, like you could hear it, dude. It was like da 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 da, da, like a machine gun just going in the crowd, like. And I was like, dude, we were talking about it. Like, if you were going to do shit like that, like you should have fucking used something more than that. Like, use like an M16. But I mean, and there was this one picture of this dude like standing up, giving a middle finger
Oh, and drinking
to
the
the
beer.
dude. Yeah, he's like, fuck you.
Yo, kudos to that guy, but I also hope he's okay. Like all
He
jokes
is. He got
aside,
back down.
okay.
He got down.
Yeah,
But I
but
mean, still, it's
good
just
for
crazy to
him.
think. It's
Good
just
for him.
crazy that like you're in a situation where fucking that happens. I mean, I would have definitely gone to the stage play. I just posted a Snapchat in the Snapchat to all my coworkers. I posted a picture of like it's got this dude that is picking this girl up, and it says, "Real men respect women and carry them over dangerous surfaces." And it's like a guy's blasting a girl, but you can't see it. It's cutting it out. And one girl was like, like Chandler, too much, stop. And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm a feminist. The girl is happy that she's being carried. And Emily's like, I wish I could unsee that.
The fuck?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't do that.
It's messed up, dude. It's messed up.
I know, it's horrible.
You messed up, bro. Hey, you wanna listen to one of my songs, guys? No, nobody.
I want to hear it.
What do you want to hear? You want to hear freestyle or regular? Let's hear.
I want to. Let's do both. Let's just hear them all. Yeah, we'll do like a listening session where we listen to that rap.
There, I'm sharing my screen and audio with you, so you can be a part of this, sir. Yeah. Me? Casey gets out of work at 6? Yeah. Here, this is the newest one. We'll just do this then. Lisa and I gonna get together later. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. I was talking to him.
Yeah, check it. Super on the track, bring that freestyle back. I hit the beat raw, off the dome is where it's at. Asking if I'm changing, no, I gotta adapt. Change the name of the game, not a dollar to my name. Turn the penny to a dollar to a band. Just doing what I can, working 60 to spend. Pay the rent, kill the debt, feed my pets. What is left? Not a whole lot, just working regret. You feel me? Yeah, could've finished college, but I lacking in the knowledge. Thought I was acknowledged in my job, I was a monster, just a child with a dollar. Dreams of being scholarly in the streets, driving Civic while I'm dreaming of a Mazda. Yeah, see, I thought it was different. Back then I was working at Radio Shack, and I thought I could do it with just that. Skip out on clouds, but I guess that wasn't the case. So due to that behavior, I was stuck in labor for years, trying to be better, checking at myself in the mirror. Never was jobless, so I didn't have to fear. Still, something felt so off, it was coming in so clear. Look, in order to succeed, I needed to shout all of my dreams for a moment to improve upon myself. Killing doubt and find a different route at the end of the day. I did my best, so I guess what else could I say? I don't know, I just did my best. I tell you though, I was so damn stressed. I saw the goal, I was gonna quit, I confess, but I didn't. Here I am, spitting like a llama. Got you, listen me now. Ain't it funny how all this shit worked out? Yeah,
Dude, that was dope as fuck, man.
Yeah, that was fun.
I like it, dude. Like, the beats are amazing, and like you're just really like getting better at what you do. So, I mean, I can't hate on that. Like, I mean, the raps are good. We need to do the Dan rap. Please, we got to do the Dan rap.
The what?
I'm gonna really spit bars. You know, Dan is the man. You know, Dan B. That guy. Remember, I said I wanted to do like a funny rap.
Yeah.
We gotta do that.
We can do that. I mean, I want to do the For the Pussy challenge. It looks like fun. Everybody's doing it. Usually, I'm not one to hop on the bandwagon, but I feel like that's one of those times where like my humor could kind of come out. Like I got a couple lines. Like what up? I came up with some the other day. I was like, yeah, you know, I dive for the pussy. Find myself going scuba diving for the pussy. Yeah. Find me suffocating for the pussy. Better watch out, cause I don't know, just stuff like that. Like talking about how like what you do for the pussy. Yeah, you know, I get married for the pussy. Spend a bunch of dollars on that ring for the pussy. Yeah, I try to make the girl happy, so I sing for the pussy. Finding myself in the rain for the pussy. Like just stuff like that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, like one of my most famous raps were like, because I'm very famous.
Oh yeah, you're a famous rapper. Most famous.
One of my most famous ones was Dan is the man. He lives in a van down by the river full of sand. He thinks he's the man, but he's really not, because he has a van in a river filled with sand.
I almost would have said there. He thinks he's the man, but he's not. Because he's
No,
really
for
just a
real.
bitch with a cock.
Dude, I'm serious when I say this. I really want to actually like you to do a beat. Oh, rap it, dude. Just like freestyle, and like please let me send that to him just so he can have his own rap. Like, do you know how dope that would be? You could do personalized raps, man.
I could. I
That
could.
would be amazing.
New
Just
Patreon
personalized,
gift. New Patreon gift. For
dude.
everybody who donates to our
Oh, that
Patreon,
would be
I will
so
make you your own
smart.
freestyle rap. You can tell me whatever it is
We
you want it
gotta
to be
set
about
that
it if
shit
you
up
want,
better.
and I'll freestyle
Yep,
rap it for you.
dude, we gotta set that shit up better. But how dope would that be to have like that would be a great Patreon gift,
Mm-hmm.
like donate 30 or more a month or something, or one time donation or some shit like that. And you get like your own freestyle.
For
You got your own little
shit.
song. Oh, dude,
And I'll make it good too. I won't even just make it so I'm like, oh here, have some shit. I'll put some thought into it for you. Or I'll just do it off the top of your head, whatever you want. Whatever you want. You can have whatever you like.
dude, it's retarded. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have posted that, but whatever.
Would you
No,
post?
I'm feeling bad for posting that stupid shit that I did.
Yo,
But
we're gonna have a third person on this podcast here in a minute. Accidents happen. Dang.
who's the third person?
Friend's about to jump on, I guess. Oh boy. Oh boy, it's a beer party for 3.
Wait, are you talking about the other guy? What's his name? Ryan or
Stevie.
something?
Nah, Stevie's
Stevie.
dropping by.
Oh shit.
Yeah, boy. I don't know, man. Yeah, but this, like, I don't know, man. Walmart just got me all sorts of confused. It's just like, I don't know. I just don't get how your expectations are just so low as a whole that anybody who has half a sense of work ethic and shows up on time is automatically a god. That makes no sense to me. That just is fucking nuts. Like, I literally could just come to work naked and get dressed in 5 minutes and they'd still be like, you're the best. You're the best. Like, I violated dress code, didn't even know, and they're just like, nice sweatshirt. And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot I still have this on. Like, didn't say anything. Oh man, dude.
Well, look, guys, we gotta, as we were interrupted before, but we have to talk about the Vegas shooting.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody knows what happens. People got shot. Blah blah blah. That shit sucks. But my main point was, people are obviously talking about gun control, but what really fucks me up is like the amount of people that just don't want to do anything, that are just completely okay with this shit. Like, it's like my mom like spoke out against it, and on her Facebook she just got roasted because it's like these people are so like, guns are so ingrained in our culture. It is just retarded how ingrained they actually are. Like, it's really scary, to be honest. It's like, how are we supposed to have kids, and like, how terrifying is that, knowing that like some crazy motherfucker might show up and just blast them? It's not even terrifying. It's like normal. That's the thing that's the most fucked up, is that it
Yeah.
feels normal now. It feels like, oh yeah, that very well could happen, but
Right.
it happens all the time anyways. It's like, well, what do we do? I guess we do nothing. I mean, what is there to do?
Right.
you know?
Exactly. That's disturbing. The fact that
Yeah.
it's not disturbing is disturbing.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like we're really entering a spot where we're fucked. Like, look at what Jimmy Kimmel said. Jimmy Kimmel was saying shit like, he put up all the people that voted to not like expand background checks, which like over like 70% of both parties agree with. And I saw people like, their arguments on Facebook were like, an expanded background check wouldn't stop this. I'm like, so? That's not the point. The point is that an expanded background check would stop some people.
Right. It's a
If we can
start.
save, if we can save one life, it would be so worth it.
Right. It's very much a start. I mean, the problem with, and I understand the fear that a lot of people have with the expanded background checks. They're afraid that it's going to affect people that it shouldn't affect, and I get that. But again, with this, you have to have some sort of responsibility. We have to hold the people who are making these changes accountable. If they're just saying, well, everybody with a mental illness can't buy a gun, well, that's kind of a problem for several reasons. There are mental illnesses that should have no effect on whether or not you get a gun or not. I mean, just because you're ADD or ADHD or have OCD or even depression doesn't mean you should have it. Now, if you have manic depression or like manic bipolar, that can be different because some people with that are very, very aggressive, and I can speak from knowing people in family, and it's just not necessarily the best thing. So I mean, you gotta, and I feel like it should be a per case battle. This whole idea of everything is uniform, we can just throw a blanket and it'll fit over everything, kind of like our education. Oh, standardized testing is the answer. This whole idea of everything just being, oh, everybody's the same, so here's your fucking answer, it just doesn't work. It doesn't. It never has. It never will. So I mean, there's definitely ways to address the problem, but also speak to the diversity of minds and kinds of people and cultures that we have as well. At least that's just my take on it. That's just how I feel about
there
it.
has to be a way. Like, people were just so ready to think that I was saying, like, you're going to have to ban guns and shit. But that's not what I was saying.
Right.
Like, I was saying that we need to catch ourselves before this shit gets even worse. But, I mean, I know that's not going to happen. What I really was recognizing is, like, the helplessness in everything. It's like, just as those victims felt helpless, like, we're all helpless because we can't do anything.
Right.
Our government seems to be at a stalemate. Like, everybody knows there's an option that we could do and it will probably work, but it would cost like thousands and tens of thousands of people's their lives, you know? And, you know, like, it's just, there's nothing we can do, I really don't believe, unless we take it over or something. Like, I know Thomas Jefferson was talking about, like, if the government becomes, like, to a point where it's at now, you can overthrow it. But
Right.
I know, like, you're not supposed to say that shit, but it's just scary, dude. It's scary because we're going to get in a situation, I think, where, you know what they say, fucking, what's his name? Osama bin Laden's ultimate goal was to fucking, by hitting the Twin Towers, his end goal, his long-term goal was to have America tear itself apart. And that's something that might very well happen. Like, I mean, I think on a personal level, everybody's cool, but there's definitely a split in, like, people that are, like, logical and then people that just ignore everyday shit. Like, that just don't believe in real shit, you know?
Well, I mean, I feel like that you
there's
could
a
even
huge
go further
difference.
with that. You could have your logical people that look at things logically. You have people that look at things emotionally, and then you have people that are just straight up deniers, or people that are on the confirmation bias all the time. They're not willing to change their mind or see other people's points of view or anything else that's going on because they have an opinion on something. And anything that agrees with that, they'll acknowledge and it confirms their bias. Anything that disagrees with that, they disregard as factual information. So I feel like in a sense, like, you're very much onto something that's a real problem, that we as a country have a very large divide in the people who not necessarily care, but the people who pay attention, in a positive way, and those who just don't give a fuck, dude.
It's crazy. It really is crazy to think that, like, you know, we live in a world where, like, I just can't, like, relate to these people, though. That's the thing that fucks with me. It's like, I just, there's such a gap. It's like, you can't get these people across that gap. It's like, they're just, like, hell bent on torpedoing themselves. And it's like, do we let these people just torpedo into the ground? But they're gonna take us with them. That's the
Right.
thing. We gotta figure out a way. I mean, it's so fucked up, but it would be dope if we could just figure out a way to cut it off and just let them, like, torpedo it, you know, like,
Well, somebody
let them
made
just
a
torpedo.
interesting point with these kinds of people, that maybe instead of trying to help them, devise a way where they still feel like their way of living or their ideals is what exists, but they do no damage to the rest of the world. You know what I mean? So almost kind of like a ploy or a game or a matrix system in a way where these people are living in their own little world. They're still in our world, I mean, physically and everything, but the world is devised to trick them into not doing any real damage or anything, while they're still believing X, Y, and Z.
We
Therefore,
might have to. Like, I mean, I would hopefully, like, in my mind, I really would want to be a society that is, like, ruled by science and, like, we're able to, like, just explore and everybody, like, contributes to trying to make humanity better, like what Elon Musk is doing. But, God, man, we're just in a situation now where these people are just acting dumb.
mm-hmm.
They're just acting stupid, and I don't know why. Like it's fucked up. Like they're just acting dumb. I don't know why they're doing that. It's like these people that are like, you see, like in my state, this governor wants to expand background checks, and you can just look. The people are so mad, and it's like, and it's these older people that are mad, and it's like they don't understand. I really don't know, and they don't want to understand. They have hate in their heart.
Right.
And a lot of these people are quote unquote Christians, which is ironic that they got so much hate in their heart. Like they can't think, dude.
Mm-hmm.
They can't think. It's sad.
You want to hear
It's just
something
sad to
really
me.
fucked up on the topic of Christians? This is going to be a little bit of a tangent, but I told you how I found faith, right? Did I ever tell you the story of me finding faith?
Tell me.
Okay, we're gonna have to go on a little bit longer of a tangent then. So, I always struggled with the idea of, do I believe or do I not believe in a higher power? Always, still to this day, there's still some sort of doubt in my mind. I considered myself a Christian now, but I'll get on that later. So I did go to church when I was a baby, but that obviously, not baby, but child, that doesn't count for anything in my eyes. That really means nothing until you're doing it on your own accord. So, yeah, long story short, stopped going to church, didn't believe, struggled with the whole existential crisis, da-da-da-da-da, so on and so forth. One day, when me and my wife weren't living together, we were having our issues and whatnot. I was taking an hour-long drive on my way home. I was very tired. Usually when I'm very tired, if I'm driving, my eyes will get heavy or whatever. I know I need to pull over, so I pull over. Nope, I didn't have that. I was just tired. I was going 65 on a highway. Next thing I know, my brain quits on me. Everything's dark. I start feeling rumbling. I snap awake, and I am in the median in a highway in the grass. And I look down. I have a digital readout on my Honda Civic. I look down, and the digital readout says 96 miles per hour. And I just woke up, so I'm in a panic. I pull the wheel to the right, and my car comes back on. Then the car was doing like 360s and whatnot, and then somehow I managed to get the car straightened out, pulled over to the side of the road right before this giant semi almost hit me, and it was literally maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches away from me. So keep in mind, I did all of this without hitting any cars, hitting any rails or mile markers. I didn't flip my car. I didn't get hit by a semi. Nothing. Now you can't tell me waking up out of sleep, 96 miles per hour, that I was safe on my own accord. So that's the way I looked at it. So I started going to church. I went to this church, the whole nine. I learned a lot about myself, about the world, etc. Turns out my pastor has been sexually abusing and harassing people and no longer a pastor anymore. So when people say Christians, it's very hard to be viewed as a good group of people when there's continuous issues within our own communities. We have a lot of hateful people that are bigots. We have a lot of non-accepting people. We have issues like that. And it's kind of like, the whole message is to love God and love people. So where's the issue? But
Yeah, it's a lot of hypocritical shit. Like that's the thing that it's so hypocritical. It's like at a certain point you just like stop actually fucking believing anything. It's just like, oh, fuck that.
So
like,
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a quick hiatus for some of our bloopers. We're gonna get set up to get Stevie up on this too. Alrighty.